And welcome everybody once again to Bottom Card Booking right here on UndefinedRadio.com. Appreciate you guys and gals tuning in. It's Memorial Day, the last Monday in May 2021. Wow. We are rolling. Jeez, halfway. Dude. Well, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. This year has passed by so quickly. Shows no signs of slowing down. I mean, and here we are. It's June pretty much. And
it feels nice hot. Outside.
It feels real nice. But it was cool Saturday.
Boy,
yeah.
Man, I'm telling you.
It was surprising how cool it was Saturday out there.
It was super cool. Ruined a lot of people's day on the lake Saturday.
I think it might have.
I had to put my pullover on in Missouri Saturday because it was so chilly. Wind was blowing up there. I was like, man, I need some sleeves.
Dude, it was cool. It was cool. And Friday was warm. Mm-hmm. And then Saturday it was cool. And then Sunday it started warm. Oh, yesterday was nice. Yesterday was really nice.
Yes, it was.
And then today turned out pretty nice. So
in about 2 weeks, we'll be saying, man, where was that weather that we had?
I swear.
Yeah, it'll be miserable.
I swear. Because it's going to get hot.
Yeah.
It's going to get hot.
I hate the hot, man. I hate the heat.
I do too.
I hate high temperatures, man. If it stayed, I would be cool if the weather stayed about 55 to 65 degrees all year long.
Be kind of nice.
That would be sweet.
Oh, dude, it'd be nice. It'd be nice, but yeah, so we haven't been here in a couple weeks, so we're finally back. We got a lot to talk about. There's so much stuff going on right now. We've had a lot of things happen in just wrestling around us, not to mention what's going on in pro wrestling on mainstream, with the WWE, these biographies. AEW had their pay-per-view last night, Double or Nothing.
First full capacity crowd.
Yeah, it was nice. They had, I think they said they had, over 5,000 people there, something like that last night. So, and you could tell the fans were happy to be at these events. I mean, which is good to see. I mean, I hate this wrestling I like that they did what they could do, and I appreciate the effort. I mean, like the Thunderdome with WWE is doing and stuff. You're trying to do whatever you can do to make it work, and I get that. It just sucks because there's nothing they can do. And now we're getting some of these crowds back. WWE announced, we talked a little bit a second ago about, they've got some tour dates. Yep. It's needed. Mm-hmm. WWE just made more cuts, and it's, and that sucks. And me and JC were talking about it earlier today about the cuts they're making. It's like, man, I mean, you're making these cuts just in time to go back on the road, but still going to have the money to do it, so you still have to make those cuts. I mean, you can't just bleed money as a business. No. It doesn't. That's not how you stay profitable.
Who was the biggest name from these cuts that got released? Because off the top of my head, I can't think of who got released.
I can't think of anybody big.
I don't either. But that's what I'm saying. They got rid of some VPs.
Like in the office, I think. That's who they cut more. I know that they cut the guy who did the guy who was doing all the biographies. That guy.
Okay.
He got cut. He was like in the media department. He was like in the media department.
Yeah. So he's gone. You've got Todd Phillips got released, I guess.
Phillips,
I mean, that maybe the bigger name.
That was probably the bigger name.
Raw's announcer didn't last long either.
No.
So he's gone.
They've got another guy coming in tonight that's starting on Raw. Jimmy Smith is going to be the new play-by-play commentator on Raw.
I got to tell you, I love Cole and I love Pat McAfee. They're my favorites.
Yeah. It's
They're just my favorites.
Feeling, and I like because the last two times that I've watched SmackDown, I've caught myself looking over towards the announce table at Pat McAfee standing up, enjoying what he's seeing in front of him.
Well, it's amazing what he's done for Michael Cole. We kind of talked about this before, but he's breathed new life into Michael Cole.
He is. Yeah.
Michael Cole looks like he's having an absolute blast now.
Cole will be standing up too.
Yeah.
How often have you seen announcers in WWE stand up unless the guys are over there close to the announce table?
Well, and because with Pat McAfee, it's genuine.
Mm-hmm.
He loves it. Mm-hmm. He's a fan of it. He's done it. I mean, this dude, and they let Pat be Pat, and they're letting Michael Cole kind of be Michael Cole and enjoy it again like he used to when he was young, and get into that whole, and it makes it's night and day between Raw and SmackDown. It's just unbelievable. I love it.
I've always said, I know people, if you read Twitter and whatever else, people bash Michael Cole, but like Lawler and I talked about one time, if people knew exactly what Michael Cole does, they would have a greater appreciation for Michael Cole.
I think so too, and I think that's a big thing. Let's see, can't hear Randy or Alan. Well, that's not good.
Uh-oh.
You definitely don't want to just hear me.
Well, I'm not saying anything anyway, so
There you go. There you go. I think I got y'all bumped up a little bit now.
Are we there now?
It's time to get a new
Are
board.
we bumped? Are we bumped up, Ricky?
I think so. I hope so.
Ricky?
Ricky Kennedy? I think so, man.
Ricky.
I hate it when it does that. So, yeah.
A Ricky Ricardo production.
Ricky Ricardo.
So there we go. All right. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Lots of things happening. It is ridiculous. How much
Y'all watched the AEW pay-per-view?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, it was good.
It was. It was good.
I didn't think I'd say that about an AEW pay-per-view, honestly, because of what we've talked about the last few months and stuff.
Yep.
It was a good show. Yeah, it was a good show. I mean, it really was. I mean, there were a couple matches that were I didn't care about the Cody Rhodes match. It was real short anyway, but I didn't care for it.
Right.
The Kenny Omega match was good. I mean, definitely nothing wrong with that.
Oh, speaking of Kenny Omega, have y'all seen the whole deal of where they're trying to put heat on Jim Ross for saying that Randy Orton is the best wrestler
Oh,
going?
my God,
and,
yeah.
And there's some people in AEW not happy about that.
No. But, I mean, why not? Randy Orton is.
Yeah, he is. I mean,
He is.
I mean, it's hard to tell the truth.
I mean, why are you mad about it?
Yeah. Kenny's good, but Kenny's not Randy Orton.
No. And Randy Orton has been consistently great his whole career.
Years.
No matter what kind of booking you give Randy Orton, he makes it the best.
He does. And he continually tries to improve himself. He's not just resting on his name.
Nope.
You know, it's funny because he started out kind of doing that.
Oh, yeah.
And then but Randy's consistent. And Randy Orton doesn't have to rely on cheap gimmicks and crazy things to have great matches and get over. And that's the difference. That's why he's the best.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have to do just stuff have death matches or do anything stupid to get over.
He can work.
That's a great worker. Yeah.
He can work.
That's
it.
professional
He doesn't
wrestling.
need any extra stuff. He can work.
And it should be because,
Exactly.
I mean, he's the son of Cowboy Bob Orton. I mean, that's...
Yeah. And but that's professional wrestling. That's what professional wrestling is. You know, watch this whole thing with the
Vince
Warrior.
hates pro wrestling.
Have y'all seen the documentaries, right, on the Ultimate Warrior?
Oh, yeah.
You watch A&E's versus Dark Side of the Ring ones?
I've seen the Dark Side of the
Talk
Ring,
about
but I hadn't
two
seen
different versions.
AEW or A&E's.
Isn't one of them really bashed him, and the other one trying to talk about like how great of a guy he is?
No. All right, so A&E's was more of, how do I say this? Was more kind of apologetically based.
Yeah.
You know, where they're like, you know, I mean, it showed still a lot of stuff about Warrior, but at the same time, the talking heads they had in that one were pretty much just fans, podcasters, not people who actually knew him.
Right.
So you weren't going to get a whole lot of this dude was a douche to me. He only cared about this. He only cared about that. I mean, you can get a lot of that because they didn't interview those guys. They were Sam
Roberts?
Yeah, Roberts, who has his deal. They interviewed him and the other guy, the little short, bald-headed dude.
Peter Rosenberg.
Peter Rosenberg, he's the other one. But these are just fans.
Yeah.
Because, when I was a kid watching The Warrior, I'm like, yeah, all right, so then you can't speak on who The Warrior is. You didn't know him.
Yeah. You know him from a fan perspective.
Yeah, all right, so you could have a small 30-second segment tell me, all right, you're a fan of The Warrior. Great. Now I want to hear from somebody who was there. Those are the people I want to talk to. A&E whitewashed over that, right? They just kind of went, okay, we don't want to do a whole bash segment on The Warrior. And it's produced by WWE.
Right.
And ever since they tried to put that whole thing with The Warrior under the bridge and put him in the Hall of Fame and all that stuff, they still touched on a few things here and there, but they really tried to... You remember when they bashed him so hard they put out that DVD?
Yeah, the self-destruction
of
the Warrior.
All right, so that was just... I mean, they just went all in and obliterated The Warrior. So it's like they were trying to gloss over that, right?
Yeah.
Trying not to harken on that and trying to maybe give his family a little bit of closure because of Dana and the girls and all that stuff. And there was quite a few things about Dana and the girls. Vice's stuff was you had to really try hard. They were trying hard not to just really bury the Warrior more than, but you couldn't, I mean.
You can't find nobody.
It's hard to do when universally everybody agrees he was hard to deal with.
Yeah.
You know, it's paranoid. It's hard to deal with, and it's hard to do something like that and put a positive spin on it. They talk more about Warrior's first wife because Dana wasn't involved in this one.
Yeah,
she had hers in A&Es, but not with this other one. It was interesting. I mean, it was two totally different things in how they approached it and how they dealt with it.
Yeah. Which you can. I mean, Vice Dark Side of the Ring has no affiliation with WWE.
No.
You know, A&Es.
They didn't have to answer to anybody.
Like you said, produced by WWE, so WWE's going to try and give that lighter side of.
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
That's right.
Whatever they're trying to accomplish.
I mean, they talked about Warrior holding up WWE for money, which is why Vince fired him. Vince even talked about it on the A&E one. You know, he talked about it. You know, I fired him. I couldn't wait to fire him for doing that.
Yeah.
I just, but also then they talked about the forgiveness and bringing him back.
I would say this. He was a great creation at the time for Vince.
Well, it was Vince's truly first creation. All right, one that he can say he really created.
Yeah. He had the face paint. He had the bright colors. He had the physique.
Yeah.
He didn't know a whole lot, which he didn't need to. I mean,
no,
go
he didn't
there,
have to.
Squash, a few minutes, whatever. And then, of course, when they brought him there against Rick Rude, that's when they found out how the Warrior really was.
Oh yeah, well they knew he
slowed him down and made him work, and he couldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean Greg Valentine.
Lawler only had him and Sting here for like 3 weeks.
Yep.
And they about killed him, and they said, "Man, these guys are way too green." He said they ain't been trained nowhere near.
No, they weren't trained at all.
And now Sting, of course, as we know, Sting went on to want to learn.
That's right.
About it.
Exactly.
Warrior didn't.
No. He was still trying to get by just on his physique and his muscles and talk about, well, I'm a big bodybuilder, so no one should realistically beat me. Well, muscles don't make you a badass.
No.
It's not going to stop you from getting your butt kicked just because you're big. Well. I mean, it ain't got nothing to do with it. So, which is, kind of funny, but that was the mindset, right? But however, though, wrestling is perception. Mm-hmm. And a lot of life is that way where, that's a big, strong, muscled up dude. You got a little bit skinny guy. Yeah, I mean, from the visual of it, he wasn't wrong. The problem is he couldn't work to bring about that believability. If he could have worked and been that big, that's different. Mm-hmm. Like you got the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Who was big, but he can work. All right.
And
doing
Taker
all kinds of crazy
believable.
Stuff.
He was very believable. And, it was funny. But it's, I don't know, it was such a weird thing. I mean, it was, if you have a chance to see both, you need to watch both of them. Well, it's two totally different things, dude.
I watched that one. Oh yeah.
I mean, and I didn't hate the AEs. I didn't hate theirs, but you knew that this was very much polished over.
When does the
Cornette
A&E
on the
one
Dark Side of the
debut
Ring?
or premiere? Is it on Sunday nights?
Yes, on Sunday nights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vice is on Thursday.
Was Cornette on the Dark Side of the Ring?
Yes.
I know. If you want to go on YouTube, Jim Cornette own the Ultimate Warrior, and if you want to get a good laugh, just go listen to that because he hated the guy.
Let me tell you something though, and keep in mind, Jim Cornette likes very few people.
He made them fly to Phoenix for a meeting and had all this stuff laid out for him.
Distressity. That was great.
Yeah.
Distressity. Warrior was out there, man. There's no question. This dude really was mentally. He was out there. It's, look, I don't agree with Jim Cornette on everything. I might be 50-50. About the only thing we do agree on a lot of time is old school wrestling, how effective it is, and how it still works today. Now, and because that's just true. We've talked about that a lot on this show, but yeah, dude, he hammers the Warrior on this one. But everybody does. The only person I heard say anything nice about the Ultimate Warrior was Greg Valentine. He's the only one.
And I don't think I'm trying to remember.
He worked
Valentine. He did
a
work
couple times. Yeah.
Because Wayne Ferris, AKA the Honky Tonk Man, said one time that he asked Hercules Hernandez, which Wayne knew he was fixing to work him and lose the belt to him at SummerSlam. He said, "Well, how is he?" He said, "Man, it was the worst 4 months of my life."
That's right.
He said, "Every night you'll wake up the very next day just wishing, God, when's this going to be over with?"
Oh yeah.
Because he just didn't know. He just come in there. He didn't know.
Well, and that's kind of the other thing. People's like, well, yeah, but why are they mad? Because it was an easy night. You had to be in there alone. Because as a worker, you take pride in what you do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Going in there for 2 seconds is not a joy.
No.
It's not worth getting dressed. you gain nothing out of it, you lose. I mean, every part about it. And I'm not talking about wins, losses where you lose. You lose from a work standpoint and a believability standpoint, and that's where you suffer the most at. And that's why a lot of people hated working with him, because he couldn't do anything. The person who worked Warrior gained nothing and lost everything, pretty much.
You couldn't sell.
You couldn't sell. You couldn't do any of that stuff. He just, I mean, and this is the problem when you create those Frankenstein monsters like that. And a guy who's already steroided out. So that's already affecting your mindset. And if you're already mentally unstable to begin with, I mean, that's tough. And Warrior was, because he was one of those kids that, that was just.
They didn't touch on any of that, did they?
Oh, yeah.
They did touch on it?
Yeah.
On A&E?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A&E touched very little on it. Dark Side of the Ring touched on it.
Yeah.
But A&E
I still get tickled every time I see the video of him and Lawler when they did that King of the Ring deal. And Jerry brings that big picture out that he drew and told Warrior, so look, I'm going to hit you in the head with it. We've done this in Memphis 1,000 times. Nobody's ever got hurt. I'll turn the picture around and the glass will break from the outside.
That's right.
So Warrior, right before he goes out, goes and grabs a Raw cap and puts on his head and goes out on TV Ultimate Warrior wearing a ball cap, like down to his eyes and all that and other. Because he was so afraid that I was like, man, you got to.
I swear. And this
dude, really?
Again, this shows you.
Yeah.
If Lawler tells me, hey, look, this is what we've done, we're doing this, let's go.
Yeah, you're listening to him. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's worked.
I mean, and because part of the wrestling business is trust.
Mm-hmm. And
that's just a big thing about this business. You got to trust the people. Even if you don't like the person. Yeah. You still got to trust them to do their job. Exactly. They got to trust you, too. I mean, it's dangerous otherwise.
Right.
So it was fascinating. Dude, it was fascinating. I got to say, it was, laid up. I was watching stuff, and I was like, dude, this is cool, and I got to see Vice's, and it's night and day, really. And you could tell Vice was still trying not to just completely bury the Warrior. But that was hard to do. Because he's out there.
Yeah.
He is out there. But it was so odd, though, the timing of everything and his death and coming in there. And just the speech he gave that night on Raw about when a man breathes his last breath, which is probably the most coherent speech he's ever given.
Right.
Because it actually made sense.
Yeah.
It really did. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And he was so over even then, and just it was tragic.
Was
his life is a true tragedy.
2016 when he came back.
Was it 2015?
I think
it was.
That feels like it was a long time ago, but
what's that?
It was
when Warrior came back.
Oh,
and did that speech.
When he came back from, he left. Well, he came back to WWF in like '96 or '7 or something like that.
He came back 2 times, didn't he?
Yeah,
after the first
not
one?
very long.
They were both short runs.
And then of course Hogan wanted to see if they could strike lightning twice when they brought him over to Nitro, and boy, that failed big time.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, so it was 2014. He died April 8th, 2014.
Okay, 2014.
Good grief, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it's been that long.
Yeah, dude, it's
Golly.
time, man. It waits for nobody.
No.
Nope.
So yeah, it was fascinating. That was fascinating, dude. I'm telling you, I gotta watch it.
I gotta watch Dark Side of the Ring now.
You gotta watch
Dark Side of the Ring. I've seen a lot of the first 2 seasons. This 3rd season I hadn't seen as much of, but because I don't have Vice, and so I can't.
It's on YouTube.
I don't have anything
it's
to
on
watch.
YouTube.
I've tried to watch it on YouTube, but
all the ads keep cutting out.
The ads, and then 2, it's like people that have posted it, and so it's bad. Like, just bad video.
There's a lot of that too.
And I'm like, I can't sit here and watch it. Like I'll have to listen to a podcast about it or something.
Yeah, well, it was good. I bet, but Vice doesn't have. They're not. They don't have an agenda.
Right.
Yeah. They're trying to tell these stories of what happened to these guys. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's why you don't see the happy-go-lucky stories, because those aren't interesting. That's not what the Dark Side of the Ring is obviously about. So, like, why are these always so bad? Well, first of all, it's called the Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah.
It's not the Rainbow Bridge, buddy.
Story.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's not what those are. So going into it that, hey, all right, this is going to be some different stuff. So just be ready for it. Mm-hmm. And it's, dude, it's.
And of course, somebody had to sign off on that.
Oh yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, no doubt. But A&E's that's a WWE thing, That's.
Oh yeah.
That's why they don't mention a lot of stuff in WCW. You notice they don't do a lot of that in their biographies or anything. They leave out a whole segment of things that are, which is, again, you're not doing a service to anybody. If you want to tell a story, just tell the story and let the fans decide on what they're, what they care about and what they don't care about.
Yeah.
So, rest of the AEW pay-per-view, let's talk about that real quick before we got to go to our first break because we got to go here in just a second. Favorite match, what was it for you?
Golly. Favorite match was probably the Britt Baker and Sheeta match.
Honestly. It was good, wasn't it?
Because, like I was telling y'all, like, Britt Baker is at the top of my list now. She's good. And we talked about last time we were together about how good Roman Reigns is on the mic and just his presentation and his work ability right now and how great it is. I'm not saying that Britt Baker is on the same level as Roman Reigns, so don't misinterpret me.
Yeah.
But as far as AEW talent goes and her ability on the mic, the way that she looks into the camera, it's her and it's in MJF in AEW for me. As far as
I wouldn't dispute that.
As far as camera work, mic work, ring work, like Britt Baker's at the top for me, and now it's Britt Baker, AEW women's heavyweight champion, DMD. Like so,
she should be good because of who she's engaged to.
Yeah, she's engaged to Adam Cole. From NXT. So, maybe one day we'll see Adam Cole in AEW. That would be cool.
I don't know. But I'll tell you what, she's one of the best in the world, especially when it comes to women wrestling. She's good.
And she's
so good.
Like, she legit has a dentist, like, practice in Florida, too. So, like,
which is awesome.
She's working during the day being a dentist. And I would actually enjoy going to the dentist if she was my dentist.
Oh, absolutely.
I would enjoy that.
I'll be there.
How many fans you think go to her?
Shoot, probably a bunch.
Who's your dentist?
Probably so.
But
she's legit. She's really good, but I think that shows too what the women are capable of doing.
Yeah,
especially if you let them get out there and do it.
Sheeta's good too.
Yeah,
Sheeta carried that belt for the entire time during the pandemic.
Yeah,
and
what I love is the fact that women aren't eye candy anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They're legit athletes, and they are out there kicking butt.
Yeah.
That's what... I don't care about the eye candy and the good-looking women and all that stuff because that is so just... There's nothing... There's no substance.
That's so attitude era.
Yeah.
Yeah, but an athlete who's going out there fighting, to me, it's just like the men. If you're a dude, you can get out there and go out there, that's cool and impressive. And those ladies, some of those ladies are impressive, and she is one of them that's just... I would like to see her out there against some of the elite women in the world because wow.
And
wow.
I'll throw out as my second favorite match, Darby Allin and Sting against All Ego Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Man, to see Sting work the way that he did, man, because he worked. Right. Randy, I know you didn't see it, but Sting worked last night. Sting, you couldn't. He's what, 62?
Yeah.
You didn't know it.
You didn't
know it at all.
That sucker, he looked good.
Yes.
And he wasn't holding nothing back either, buddy. He dove off that stage.
And right then, I was like, yeah.
I'm like, here we go.
Childhood.
Here we go.
And Shivani, it's Sting!
Yeah,
I'm sure.
But, man, boy, when he popped up behind him, too, after he got planted at the jump right there, and stood up behind him, like, here we go.
Yep.
Here we go.
It's time.
But he caught him off that cutter and just caught him in that scorpion death drop. I'm like,
dropped him. I was like, yes, this is good.
That's the biggest thing I popped for all night. It was good.
And Vince is like, maybe I should have let him work.
I probably should have let him work a bit.
Too bad, Vince. You're lost.
But I think Sting was. I still got something to prove, and it's but keep yourself in shape. Go do that stuff.
But at the time he got hurt, he didn't know that.
No. I don't think so either. But I think it's kind of reignited something within Sting to be able to go out there and do that.
Yeah, it scared me. It did scare me though at the opening there where he got suplexed. Scorpio suplexed him on the ramp.
Yeah,
because there's nothing there.
He suplexed him right off the. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Suplexed him off the jump. The dude's up there posing. Here comes Sting. Just popped up behind him like, oh, it's about to be a bad day.
Yeah,
it was great. It was great, and then of course at the end of the show, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome. The fans singing Judas.
That was great.
Was great. Even after the music stopped and they're still singing the song, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome. All right, guys, we got a lot to talk about. But we got to take a break. Got to get these bills paid. We come back. Lots more to go. You are listening to Bottom Car Booking right here on UndefinedRadio.com. Looking for new ink, tattoo makeover, or cover-up? Trippy Tats is the tattoo artist for you. They can bring your tat ideas to life in amazing detail. Whether simple or complex, whether you're a first-timer or you've had multiple tattoos, hit up Trippy Tats on Instagram and schedule your session today.
Hal Farrell is your candidate for mayor of Batesville. Hal Farrell is running as an independent candidate and will work for all people of Batesville, not just one political party. Hal Farrell has many years of experience in city government and the dedication and motivation to get things done for the city of Batesville. Make your vote count. Vote June 8th. Hal Farrell, Mayor of Batesville.
I'm Hal Farrell, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Hal Farrell.
Yard Emotion Lawn Rental. Serving North Mississippi and select areas, our yard rentals enhance your event with bold, beautiful displays built around your needs. From birthdays to graduations, birth announcements to retirements, and so much more, let Yard Emotion Lawn Rentals bring your lawn to life. Visit our website at yardemotion.com or call us at 662-426-1000. Yard Emotion Lawn Rental. A yard celebration without the frustration because we do all the work.
Hi, folks. Ricky Swindle from Batesville. Tire and muffler on the corner of Highway 6 and Eureka Street. Daddy used to say, if you can do it, then you ain't bragging. Batesville Tire and Muffler has been voted Panola County's #1 tire store, #1 brake shop, and #1 muffler shop. We've been here a long time, folks. Taking care of your vehicle is not a hobby to us. It's been our job since we were boys. So for your tires, brakes, shocks, struts, alignments, and mufflers, come see the #1 tire, #1 brake, and #1 muffler store in Panola County. Batesville Tire and Muffler.
Bourne and Hawkins Insurance, your nationwide insurance agents in Batesville, Hernando, and South Haven. They are on your side. Talk to Ben Bourne in Hernando, Josh Hawkins in Batesville, and Benji Edge in South Haven for insurance for agricultural business, commercial insurance, and for your life, home, and auto insurance. They are on your side. Visit them online at bourneandhawkins.com. Bourne and Hawkins Insurance, your nationwide insurance agents in Batesville, Hernando, and South Haven. On your side. Cafe Ole on Highway 6 in Batesville, ready for you with curbside service. The number's 563-2727, 563-2727 for curbside service at Cafe Ole on Highway 6 in Batesville. All the delicious food on the menu is available curbside and almost everything ready in under 15 minutes at Cafe Ole. Doing our part to keep everyone safe with curbside service. The number's 563-2727, 662-563-2727 for all the food on the Cafe Ole menu, including that delicious cheese dip. 563-2727 for Cafe Ole.
Ooh, I'd love some delicious cheese dip right now.
That would be good. Can we cater? Or not cater, but
can we
order? Can we order? I'm not catering anything.
Can we
I
get
don't
catered?
want me to cook nothing.
So let me tell you, I gotta tell y'all this story. Me and my girlfriend we stayed a weekend out of town this week, and we went to a fish place. Because when you stay out of town, you don't know where to eat. You don't eat at any place you have in town where you come from. That's the rule. When you leave town, you don't eat at any place you have at home. Right? If you do, something's wrong with you. Mm-hmm. All right, it's un-American. You don't do it. So we found this little out-of-the-way fish place out there. We got in there. It was packed. All right, so 2 stories. First of all, I actually figured out that some kind of white privilege does exist. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. We walk into this place, right? And obviously, it used to be somebody's home. It's not anymore. And you walk in, you walk up this little wood ramp, and it's built in, and the house is gutted, and it's now a restaurant out on this highway.
It sounds like a Mississippi restaurant.
Oh, dude, it is. So we go into it. So we get in there, and we go in, and they ask us, how many are we're just 2. Once we walk in, we already know we are the 2 best-looking people in this place. And that's saying something. That's saying something. So we're sitting there because, she's dressed to the nines, and I had a polo shirt on and jeans, but everybody else is wrong turn backwoods. You can tell.
Overalls.
They country, but
I got a pretty
Overalls.
good
It's
feeling.
way
I got
back
a pretty good feeling. I might have known where you went to. Go ahead.
so they out there, right? So I'm like, oh, okay. And everybody's eyes just kind of turn and look. And she's like, how many? Like, 2. So we figure out there's about to be a wait because there's already people sitting down in one hallway, and there's an Asian couple kind of right there in front of us, sitting over here in this little corner right there, and there were people outside waiting. So we figuring, all right, but we got to put our name on this list. We go outside and we'll have to wait and all that stuff. She's like, hold on a second. The owner, this old guy, put his head around and goes, hey, y'all need a seat? Oh, yes, sir. We're waiting. He said, oh, no. Hey, go ahead and open up this room and get this couple right here a seat. And it was like, I thought they were customers too. Turns out that was the owner of it. I didn't know that. And so she's like, all right, well, so you want us to? He said, yeah, open up. Go ahead and get that table in there. Get these 2 people a seat. And so they do that. And this Asian dude looked at his wife and like, didn't they just say 2 people? How long did it say? I was like, dang. So they put us in there. So that couple's still sitting there, right? They went ahead and put us in this room. It's a big table. It's longer than this table in here.
Chad didn't even
just
offer
2 of us
to let that other couple have their spot.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't. So
the guy has been to a redeemed show, I guess, or something. He's irrational. Let it be in.
So what was funny because we're sitting there and we're doing this, and then I assumed then they must have been waiting on food or something. I didn't know what was going on until we got married. We sat down on the table. And I told her, I said, we just got white privilege. I'll be damned. We just got white privilege. I can't believe it just happened. So we're sitting down there, and I was like, well, that's interesting. And we're in this one room, and all these other people are in there, and then I'm a people watcher anyway. My back sets to the. I'm not Wild Bill Hickok in it. My back is to the wall every time. I've got to see the door.
Yeah.
So me and her sitting back there, back against the wall, watching things, and we had like 12 different waiters. There's actually 4, but it seemed like 12 because there's a new face every time. And this girl comes in, she asks us, y'all need a menu? So y'all know what y'all want yet? We just sat down. I was like, no, we haven't seen a menu yet. She's like, oh, well, they're right there. I'm like, right where? She's like, oh, right there on the wall. So it has the menus in the corners on the wall.
Huh.
So we're not in a corner. So you can't see it. Yeah. Like, would you have like a menu that we could see? Oh, she ran and got us some paper menus, right? So I said, okay. So we're ordering our stuff. We finally order. And there's another couple here to my right. Couple. Big long tables, 2 people per table. Seats about 8. Each table is only 2 people per table. Couple. The second couple up here. This kid comes out, teenager, big heavyset kid too. Doesn't want to be there. You can tell they told him, get off Fortnite, get off Call of Duty, get your butt in the kitchen, get this food out to a table. That's what they told this kid. He comes out. He's carrying their food. He comes up to the table and he's like, and walks off.
Stuff down.
He slams it on the corner of the table. No smile, no hello. Bump, turns around and walks off. That lady looked at her husband like, what just happened? She is so shocked she can't be mad. Right? So this kid is just, like I don't want to be here expression, big old heavy set kid. It was the craziest thing. Then we get ready to leave. Get ready to go pay. Hand her my card. She's like, we don't have a card machine. We only accept cash. I'm like, y'all better accept something or you ain't getting paid. Who carries cash all the time anymore?
This is backwoods now.
Total backwoods.
I got a real good feeling. I think I
know exactly where I was at. I'm like, because you know what that meant. That meant these people weren't claiming anything.
Yeah.
Cash only operation. Oh, yeah. It was tough, dude. It was interesting, to say the least.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my God. That was, I'd never seen, but I couldn't get that picture of that kid out in my mind the whole night.
You won't be home playing Fortnite.
Oh, dude, he was so mad. You knew he was mad. Well, he wasn't smiling, just big old heavy-set kid, too. Just plopped it. When I tell you, the bowl bounced. The plate bounced on the corner of the table. He's blop, turned around and walked off.
Not happy.
No, dude. It was funny. I was laughing out loud. The couple next to us just looked at it. It was the funniest thing I seen. That was hilarious. That was so funny. So anyway, yeah, I had to tell y'all this story. That was my weekend. That was
like
my
it was
weekend.
eventful.
Dude, it was great. It was so great. It was hilarious.
So, Alan, how was your weekend at Cape Girardeau?
That's right.
It was good, man. Pretty good weekend. Good show. Decent crowd. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet.
You meet Mike Bennett, didn't you?
Yeah, got to meet Mike Bennett. Man, humble dude. Super cool, super chill. Probably my favorite guy that I've got to meet since I've gotten into wrestling. Giving any insights that he could, willing to speak to whoever wanted to speak to him. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
And just cool. He told the promoter. I walked up to him to introduce myself before the show, and he was talking to the promoter, and he said, dude, I'm here to do whatever you want me to do. You tell me what to do, and I'll do it. He said, I'm here for you, and I was like, all right, you win.
That's right.
You win now. Like you're cool.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys, and I mean, I'm sure y'all have seen it more than I have. Yeah. A lot of guys will come into places and to do a spot or whatever, and they'll just be there to make their money or whatever. They'll have a pissed off attitude about it.
Oh yeah.
But Mike Bennett was completely opposite. Just genuine. He legit loves pro wrestling. And I mean, he said he got the mic. He got on the mic after the match was over with, and he told the fans, told the crowd. He said this is why I love professional wrestling, and he said that I'm glad that I don't have to be a sports entertainer anymore. He said I can be a pro wrestler, and that's right. That's what I love to do. And I'm standing because I got the opportunity and the privilege to ref his and Brandon Barboir's match for the CCW Heavyweight Championship, and so I'm down on the floor, just waiting, and he's doing the promo, and I'm looking up at him, and I'm like, dude, you freaking win, man! Like you're the man. And so really cool though. Calvin Tankman from MLW was there as well. He teamed up with Ken Dang to face Aaron Roberts and Shannon Young. And so that was, I think it was Shannon Young, made man. But that was a good match. A lot of the matches that happened I didn't get to see because I was focused on doing what I was supposed to be doing and all that. But the matches that I did get to see, the little bits and pieces I got to see of them were really good. You had the Crowleys team up against besties in the world, and that ended in interference. And so it's set up for I think it's going to be a triple threat at the June show between the Crowleys, the besties in the world, and the Lowlifes, which is led by Joey O'Reilly. So, a lot of things took place that were setups for the next CCW show. And when I get that date, I'll let everybody know. Cool. It's the last Saturday in June, so I think it's like June 26th or something like that. But yeah, man, looking forward to going back up there and
that sounds right. June 26th.
Yeah, looking forward to going back up there and working with them again, and hopefully soon we'll have somebody from CCW on here.
Yeah,
so.
We're gonna start trying to book some guests.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
we were going to last week. A lot of things happened last week.
Right,
didn't get to do it because we didn't talk about the Redeem show at the fair, Tate County Fair.
A lot of dumb things happened last week.
Oh my God,
especially to me on my birthday last week.
That's right. It's a tough time.
Idiot man.
Dude, I tell you.
Cut grass, then go lay down and turn the air conditioning and the fan on wide open and fall asleep. That was not the smartest move in the world.
Shoot.
Still beating myself over that.
That's what I would do.
Still beating myself over.
It's all right, buddy. It happens sometimes. Sometimes it just happens. There's nothing you can do about it. It just happens. I told Alan, I was like, I wasn't feeling good. And I was like, man, because I tore my knee up on that fair show. I just wasn't feeling good. I was like, okay, I don't think we're going to do the show. You know, because we had Brandon Barbar was going to call in that night. We were going to talk to Brandon.
Yeah.
And then I forgot to tell Nate that I wasn't going to be here, that I wasn't feeling good. He showed up to do my tat. And I was like, dang, he's already here with all the stuff, so there's no way I'm not going to tell him not to because, you know, we'd already made plans to do it. So, but I did get my nice.
Yeah, you got that nice.
Looks like crap right now because it's healing up, but holy Lord.
Yeah, show it off in a couple weeks.
Dude,
it'll be ready.
Yeah.
It'll be set. It looks clean, man. I'm impressed.
It's cool. It's awesome.
He did a good job on that one.
He did a really great job. Trippy Tats. Hit him up on Facebook, Instagram.
For sure.
Definitely. Nate did a good job. Good kid, too. Who you will be seeing making his Redeemed debut, hopefully, in the next few months.
Oh,
yeah. He's already working on his gear, all that good stuff. I'm really excited about it. But we got a big show this weekend in Wyatt, Mississippi, Wyatt Baptist Family Life Center for a Christian orphanage out of India. We can't name the orphanage because a lot of stupidity surrounding some people who don't want this to happen because it's a Christian orphanage in India, which is stupid. India's gotten hit really hard by COVID, by the way. I mean, really hard. There are so many people there. It's a lot different than it is here. Like, America's huge. This is a huge country. People don't realize just how big America is. This place is ginormous. The population over there is insane in that little bitty country in India. And they are packed, and you can't go to the markets. You can't do anything. People can't eat. I mean, it's tough over there. And then some of these orphanages are really suffering. And so this particular orphanage that we're doing the fundraiser for this weekend is like I said, it's a Christian-based guy over here that helps with that. And there's a couple of churches involved. Arca Butler Baptist Church is involved in this.
Yeah, I saw Arca Butler Church. I was going to bring that up.
So they're involved in it. It's going to be a great show this weekend. So come on out. That's at White Baptist Family Life Center. Doors open at 6. Sinners Reborn will be playing. Wrestling starts at 7. We'll have a lot of great matches. It's going to be a lot of fun. But I just hate it because I think we forget a lot of times how fortunate we are, especially when you live in this country. You can whine and complain about all this stuff, about how unfair things are, and yet still at the end of the day, you're free people doing free things and getting to go about and live your life. And then you've got countries like that we have no frame of reference of how some of these poor kids, and these kids can't help it. I don't feel sorry for some of the adults, but the kids can't help it.
Right.
And that's what this is for. These are for the kids. And so I hope that people will show up for this show and support it because every dollar that comes in that door goes to help out some of these kids. That's the important part of it. So if you're in the area and you want something to do this coming weekend, come out to Redeem Wrestling. Like I said, it's a White Baptist Family Life Center. A lot of people will be there. It ought to be a lot of fun. A lot of great matches. Alex Cross will defend his title. Ken Dane's defending his title.
Against Malachi. We had the fair.
That's right.
If you're not seeing anything on Redeem, don't worry. John Tackett is posting something every day about it. I think
he definitely is.
Or like every other day.
Man, I tell you what, Tackett's getting a little more handsy, trying to get in here and get involved in this stuff, isn't he?
And his thing is always cheating. You ever notice that? They always get, no matter what the outcome is, they always get cheated.
Always. That's his favorite word.
Yeah,
that's his favorite word.
He tried to say something to me about the way that match ended at the fair between Ken Dang and Malachi, and I was like, "You're the one who jumped in the ring, man."
Yeah, dude. Why did you get in the ring?
You know you're not supposed to be in the ring.
We had a good turnout at the fair.
Yeah,
yes, it was.
Man, it was a good turnout.
I love turnout. Then the fair people were talking about it too. I mean, the guy was like, we will pay a lot of money to bands to come out here, and they may put 15 people in that tent.
Yeah.
He said, and then you guys just come out here and...
I mean, people were standing.
Yeah.
All the seats were filled.
Once we started,
bleachers were filled.
The seats were full.
And people were standing up behind the bleachers.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
It's a unique thing to try to wrestle at a fair anyway. It's just because there's so much happening, so many distractions. It was cool to see that there were so many people that were out there.
A lot of faces that I hadn't seen at a show before. And I mean, that's due to being at the fair.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
So, that's always good.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun to see those people there. We had a lot of people we hadn't seen in a while, and some we hadn't seen before, like you said, at all. We had new faces there that were stopping us going, man, this was fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait to bring my kids out. Where y'all wrestling next? And they had heard about us, but they'd never been to a show because maybe they didn't want to drive out to Wyatt or any place like that. And I do, we're coming. because of that experience.
We'll see. We had Ken Dang and Malachi start that off.
Yeah, sure did. Brody Hawk made his debut there,
and in Brody Hawk fashion, he of course turned on his partner.
Of course, that's what he does.
Yep.
That's exactly what he does. It's his thing. That's his thing.
That's his thing.
That's just what, everybody has their thing. That's Brody's thing.
So if you want a team with Brody Hawk, probably not going to work out.
No, you already know. Yeah. You already know. It's like I just want to get beat up tonight because I know at the end of it he's going to turn on me.
Oh, and man,
just how that goes, dude. That's how that goes.
He put a beat down on Deacon after that.
Yeah, and it was already rough enough because they had to take on Wrestling Gold anyway.
Yeah,
and it's funny because they looked like that was going pretty good until Deacon went for the cover, and Brody wasn't having none of that.
Yeah. Brody wanted the cover. Man.
He wanted the cover. They just didn't want no part of it at all, other than beating him up.
Yeah.
Speaking of Wrestling Gold, I was impressed with those guys. That's the first time I'd seen those guys.
Yeah, they're good.
Dustin Anthony and Andy Mack.
Yeah.
Oh, they're good.
They come up and told me that because somebody on the paper, I won't mention any names, wrote Wrestling Gold and wrote Dustin right where gold was. So I thought it was
Wrestling.
I thought it was
Dustin.
Andy Mack and Dustin Gold. I was like, no, it was Dustin. I was like, well, so the whole night I'm calling him Dustin Gold. He comes up after match, hey man, it's Dustin Anthony. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, but they literally had your name in front, like gold behind your names. I told him my bad.
Oops.
Oops.
Yeah, that's an oops.
Yeah, that's what happens when you write and don't print.
Right. Yeah.
It was a hectic day.
Yeah.
Wild day at the office.
Dude, it was a wild day at the office. We had the gun show made his debut.
Yep.
So that was fun. That was a fun match too. Against the Wrecking Crew. Good Lord, those guys. Looks like Smitty peed his pants though. That's what happens when you go against the Brotherhood. People just tend to pee their pants. Don't know why.
If you bump the wrong way, it's a
Don't
good
know
chance.
why.
You know?
Yep.
Don't know why. It just happens like that. So yeah, that we had
the TLC match.
Alex Cross, Walker Hayes.
Walker Hayes, man,
Big
what a
Walker
match!
Hayes.
Yep,
what a match.
that was a good match. Alex retained his title. Then had a battle royal.
A special treat for the fans there.
Yeah, kind of made it the last minute.
Yep. Yeah. Very last minute.
Yeah. Number one contenders battle royal. So that was the last minute match thrown in there. And then had a meet and greet afterwards. So it was a lot of fun. I love a fair. First of all, fairs are fun, and so it was a nice show. It was a great turnout. The fair people were happy. The fans were happy. So it was a good night. You can't really complain about it. It was a lot of fun.
So hopefully next year we'll be back for the old.
I can guarantee you that's happening.
Tate County Fair.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah, they were very much impressed.
Good deal.
So which was a great thing, which is what we were hoping to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, then all the guys who were involved in this show, this fair show, that helped make that happen. That's the guys we kind of want back next year because they're the ones that took the flyer to do it.
Yeah, I'll check my schedule and see if I can.
Yeah, I'm sure you're
make it back.
booked up.
No, but
Superstar over there.
You were talking about the Redeem show earlier. I believe that June 6th of last year is when we did the drive-in show, right?
Yep.
So that was the first show that we did back with fans after the pandemic started.
That's right.
So we're almost, literally a year since that drive-in show, since our first show back.
Yeah.
In front of fans.
Because the show before that, we did the film show.
Yeah, it was the
studio show.
Yeah, the studio show. Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting too.
Yeah, it was. So this
won't be
Saturday,
outside.
Yes,
It will be
this
in
will
air
be back
conditioning.
out in Wyatt, but it will be inside the Family Life Center. So there will be air conditioner. You won't have to bring your own chairs.
That's right.
We're
It was
here for
hot
business
last
now.
year. Holy
God, it was
crap,
hot.
that was hot.
Yes, it was.
Oh,
That was not a good time. I don't guys.
no, it
that's
wasn't.
the first time I kicked you in the face.
That's the first time you kicked me in the face too.
The 1 year anniversary. Can we
That's
show
it.
that?
1 year anniversary
I'm
of me
glad that-
kicking you in the face.
Can we show that?
You don't.
I wish I had it still on here.
I'm glad you deleted
I
it.
wish you'd reminded me of that. I would have put that. If I'd have known that, I'd have
I'm
had it
glad you
loaded up.
deleted that because I don't want to see that again. Because I still have nightmares.
But the fans want to see it though.
The fans.
It's a
don't
1
want
year
to see it. They don't want to
anniversary.
see it. I'm
1
their-
year anniversary.
I'm the
We'll
fans'
get next
favorite.
week.
Well, you know what?
referee. They don't
Next
want-
Monday,
That's right.
that'll
Next
be more the
Monday.
anniversary
Next Monday.
anyway, so that's closer to it.
I think.
Yeah.
I think I may be busy next Monday.
But the internet won't be.
Right.
The internet won't
You
be
still
busy.
find it on there.
That's right. It will still be available, buddy.
All right.
I forgot about that. But yeah, that's true though.
I did too. I didn't think about it until Randy said something.
Jeez,
but yeah, that is.
It's kind of amazing what all has changed in a year's time.
I'm glad we're straightened out now. Well, I'm glad you're straightened out now, Chad. I was fine back then, but
what does that mean?
you know,
I'm straightened out.
I'm glad that you've straightened out now, and everything's straight between us now. You know.
Yeah.
You made a good
Somebody
choice
was one who wanted to make the jump to be a pink flamingo, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. That wasn't me. That was you, buddy.
Yeah, but I was still on the right side of things.
I was on the right side of things.
You got really upset about it. So.
Dude, I wasn't on the wrong side of things back then.
You've had a nice change of heart since then.
Dude, what are you talking about? I wasn't on the wrong side of things back then.
You made some bad decisions back then.
You were the one who was in the wrong place, wrong time.
You know, yeah, you made a bad decision.
I don't know how you talking about
that. That's just not how you treat
Dude,
people.
I'm the one that got that over on the show. I did that. That's not somebody who's on the wrong side of things.
I mean, that was a big old boot print right on the side.
Right it was.
You were on the wrong side of that.
You don't have to tell me about it. Because I know. I felt it and wore it.
Dude,
for
it was
a couple
great.
Days.
It was kind of good, too. I hate that I don't still have it on here. I should have kept it loaded up. But I just taken it off of there. That's too bad, too.
That's what I'm talking about. That's good stuff.
Yeah, I'll load it back up next time, though. It'll be ready for Monday.
Good, they'll be ready for Monday. Huh? Awesome.
Monday, I'll just have a compilation of them.
A compilation
of
the
kids. Oh, my gosh. How many have you had?
Compilation of the kids. Come on,
man.
Alan
get kicked in the face. That's it.
I wouldn't doubt it. He's done it before.
I will make a special box up there how we're all right where it says bottom card booking. That'll be you just getting kicked over the whole show. I'm just gonna leave that up there, so people just see it the whole time.
Everybody's gonna be very upset.
Just for you, buddy.
They're not gonna
just
enjoy
for you, buddy. No, but it's great, man. I'm just happy that the crowds are coming back. I mean, our crowds, as soon as we were able to have them, we had
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, like right away.
I mean,
they've been there.
And guess what? There wasn't any big epic breakouts of the Rona.
Nope.
Or
and
anything
not
else.
wearing a mask.
Yeah, it was none of that. So,
Yeah, it's been good. I know there was kind of fear of how the crowds would look once we started coming back, but like you said, and I mean, in all actuality, they never really fell off.
They didn't.
You know,
our crowds have been really good, really solid.
I want to say the last event that we had in Wyatt, that was probably maybe the biggest crowd that we've had. I think we had a pretty one of the biggest crowds.
Yeah,
because I just remember looking out and I was like, okay,
yeah,
they
it was
up.
nice,
like good stuff.
And I think they want to keep doing that. And that's the good thing about our crowds and the people like that are doing that.
There's nothing going on around here.
No,
really. You don't have any entertainment things going on around here. I mean, we've got some friends that are in a band and they play around here, you know, just about every weekend. But as far as, you know, what can we take the family to, that, you know, that we don't get to see all the time.
That's right.
Wrestling.
Exactly.
You know? So there's something here, and it's really good to have. It's really good to have, and people are enjoying it, and that's what it's about.
And we got a good group of guys, I mean, that come in. And when we bring in new guys, they come in and work, and we try to rotate guys in and out. And I'm pretty happy with all the guys that come through Redeemed. I mean, honestly, you got guys who visit, guys who come in, guys who leave, guys who come back, and everybody works hard. Because they all know that it's just about what we do for the people we do it for.
Right.
And I think that's what I love about Redeem the most is, you know, it's just about the people. Mm-hmm. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. And hopefully that will continue to be the case this weekend. And we get a good crowd out there and help that orphanage and stuff. It's just, kids are my soft spot. You don't mess with a kid, and, you know, it's not the kid's fault, the positions they're put in. And if we can at least help alleviate a little of that, and it don't take much. $10 here or there is nothing.
Right.
Come have yourself a good time, bring the family out, have a great time, watch a great show because you're going to spend more of that going anywhere else anyway to do something. Come out and at least you know where your money's going to, and it's going for a great cause.
Right.
And you can't ask for more than that. You know,
Nope.
As far as I'm concerned, you
cannot.
APW. We hadn't talked about APW.
Yeah.
When's their next show? I know they got one coming up, don't they?
I want to say June 19th, but let me make sure to. Where is this sucker at? There it is.
Aftermath.
June 19th. Yes.
That's right.
APW Aftermath. Back at the building in Mariana. So big show going on. 5 huge matches. And so $5 a ticket. It'll be good. It'll be good. I actually went over there and watched the AEW pay-per-view with some of the guys last night from APW.
Yeah,
So
bunch of good dudes.
Yeah, they are.
Will the APW heavyweight champ be in the house?
Gio Savage.
Gio Savage.
Gio Savage. Is he gonna be there Saturday?
No, but he will be back July 10th.
He'll be back July 10th.
Yes,
good.
He will be back at Redeemed July 10th. So
I'm not sure if he's gonna be in Mariana on the 19th or not yet.
yeah,
So we'll have to see how
Gio's
things
being
work, 'cause-
well traveled right now.
Yes, he has.
Yeah,
which is
Gio's
good.
making the
Which
rounds.
is good. That's what
Yep.
it takes.
It does. You
Yep.
got to be willing to get out there and put yourself out there. And Gio's done. I'm proud of that dude for what he's done. Like I said, guys down at APW, bunch of good dudes out there. They're creating something special, I think, over there.
Yes, for sure.
Which is a good thing. You can't have enough of that. There's a lot of trash wrestling out there that last a lifetime. So it's good to see other groups who are out there really putting forth an effort to make something really good.
It's definitely good to be involved with them.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's kind of revamped me a little bit.
Well, I think it helps. I mean, it's easy to get burnt out.
Yeah.
You get frustrated and just be like, ugh, I've had enough. It all sucks. I just want to quit and walk away. But, dude, when you got good people around you, you got good things and good companies like that, I think there's so much opportunity to have fun and do things like that. You know, it's good that APW is out there and able to do that, and people got places to work, and they can work more than just one spot,
Exactly.
and all that. So
Right.
I'm really excited about that.
Or just working in just one city like Memphis has got what 6, 7 different organizations now.
there's a
Dude,
couple.
they got several up there that are just different places, and of course, then some don't run consistently. You got Championship Wrestling now has their own building that they're trying to get built up and run in and all that, and
They start doing house shows on Saturday night once a month. Or
Yeah,
something,
they're
or
going to
like
start
every other.
doing Saturday night wrestling.
yeah.
So I think the first deal for that's June 19th, I think.
Ooh, I think that's right.
I think it is.
But they're starting to, and that's another thing too. That's, we talked about getting your sea legs under you and trying to build something. And it looks like they're trying to do that too. I mean, we talk, startings are always rough,
Right.
and things like that. And look, I don't wish them ill. I hope they succeed.
Yeah. And
Because you need more places you can go and more talent out there that you can develop.
Yeah.
That's in Memphis. They've got, but those guys right there, they have a tough act to follow because there's a tradition to follow.
Right.
Yes.
If they were just another company up there, it'd be different. But because they're championship wrestling, TV wrestling, that's a whole it puts you under a different microscope.
And being in Memphis, which
Exactly.
has always been a hotbed for pro wrestling
Sure.
for God forever, as far as I know, since the 40s and 50s.
And that's true. And so that's what makes it. That's why it's harder for those guys, the what they're under and stuff. I mean, but you gotta be willing to take that.
And now,
and endure
now
it.
they're facing, and not saying that Memphis wrestling wasn't great back in the 80s. And I mean, I grew up. I mean, we all say that.
Sure.
But now there's so much other out there for people to have.
Yeah, there is. And that's the thing. I mean, who suffers the most
and to
from
draw
it?
people to watch that.
Well, that's the thing because people are so mainstream now. I mean, mainstream. They're international wrestling to where it's at. I mean, you got WWE, you got AEW, even
New Japan.
New Japan, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many.
They're over here in
options.
America. now.
MLW, ROH, which I believe MLW is, they are or they already do have their show on Vice TV.
I think they should be getting it in
So
June. I think.
is it in June?
I think so.
Because I know that they're gonna have a show on Vice. I just didn't know if it had already debuted on there yet.
Yeah, we'll probably need to find out for sure.
But I believe it's going to be
And I
on
saw-
Monday too. On Monday nights, before Raw at like a 6 p.m. time slot or something
And
like
didn't
that.
I see where AEW is going over to TBS?
AEW's moving to
Yes.
TBS.
To the Superstation.
they're going to have 2 shows now.
Yeah, they'll have
They'll
two
have
shows.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there'll be 2 shows.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, expanding.
Yeah,
And that's
and I think Mark Henry is going to be calling that new show.
So he'll be announcing. He signed
Yeah.
with them to be an announcer.
Oh, we did
That's
sign
right.
with them?
Yeah.
He they announced it last night. He came out and Tony Schiavone introduced him as the new announcer for the new show that AEW's gonna have.
Yeah, and
I think that's in the
good for
fall.
him. I'm glad that he's not wrestling.
Yeah.
Not because I don't like Mark Henry, but he's older, and I don't want AEW to get that reputation of being, well, this is WCW,
Yeah.
the old WCW,
Right,
or the last incarnation where just the old guys went.
Right.
Yeah.
They're bringing all the people, the stars that
That's
Vince
right.
had over.
Or the old TNA, right? TNA that's where the old guys go. You can't work anywhere else.
The
You
main
gotta go
event
there.
mafia.
Yeah. So I don't want to see that. I mean, I want to see these guys be able to continue to grow and stuff like that, and you can't do that with old stars.
One thing I want to see tonight, I brought this up a while ago off the air. Tonight, Monday Night Raw, Kofi Kingston.
That's right.
Versus Drew McIntyre.
That'd be good.
And Xavier Woods will be taking on the greatest wrestler going right now.
That's
according
right.
to JR.
According to JR. He's getting all kinds of heat at home because of it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. Thanks for tuning in to Bottom Card Booking, and we will be back next Monday night in celebration of Alan getting kicked in the face. And so many other things. We'll be talking about Redeemed, whatever else happens in the world of professional wrestling. Until then, you got Alan 2 Count Lynch, you got Randy Rockham, you got Big Daddy Storm. We'll talk to you soon, guys.
Take